Hey, this is me building and strategizing my 400k per year profit solo consulting business right in front of your eyes. And the way that these videos work is that they follow the exact same framework every single day. I start by answering some questions from the audience. This means that you can ask your question down below and then I'll answer it in tomorrow's video. Then I run you through business stats, which is basically just a big document that I fill out every single day with my social growth and also how much cash and revenue that my business has done. Then we talk a little bit about my to-do list, so what I did today and what I'll do tomorrow. And then some live strategy in the end on how I'm planning to get to $1 million a year in personal profit, where I'm trying my best in real time to fix the bottlenecks that I'm facing inside of my business while keeping these rules that I've set for myself in mind. All right, let's head into my daily updates YouTube channel here. Let's see if it's this one. It is. The way these videos go is that on this channel, the one that you're watching right now, you can ask your question and then I'll answer it tomorrow. So I scroll all the way down in my comments here, and then I find a comment that I haven't interacted with, and then I answer it. And this could be your comment, so feel free to ask away. What should I do if I were to start a solo consultancy? That's also a word. How do I create my profile and build my portfolio? That is a great question. Well, solo consultant is kind of just something that I came up with because I am basically a one-man army inside of my business. I have an editor and I have a VA, but it's the majority of the things that I do is something that I do myself. And then my goal is to replace people with systems and structures and a well-oiled machine, kind of like that's the whole point of challenging myself in order to do so, right? So the main thing about like consultancy, right, it's usually if you're consulting someone, you're telling them what you believe they should do, and the only way that you can consult other people is if you've actually done it yourself, or if you have done it for others, right? I can consult people on how to start and scale their own consulting company and their own consulting business, or scale their existing one because I've done it for myself, right? So I don't tell people what I think, I just tell people what it is that I've done for myself. So I think, bro, what you need to do is that you need to find something that you're good at and something that you've done either for yourself or for others. You can ask yourself, what is something remarkable that you've done within the past 5 years? When I say remarkable, it doesn't have to be winning the Nobel Peace Prize or whatever, right? But it's just, what have you done that maybe some people want to achieve themselves, right? So for example, me, I started a marketing agency almost 3.5 years ago. And then I scaled the marketing agency, and then I decided to consult others on how they could start and scale their own marketing agency because I had just done it myself, right? And there's a lot of people who would also want to do so. Then I scaled that coaching business to around 200k per month. And then I was like, now I feel like there's a large disconnect in the beginners that I'm teaching and what I'm doing inside of my 200k per month business. Now I would like to teach others on how they can scale their coaching business without burning out the way that I did inside of my 200k business with low profit, right? So that's how my current business came to life. Then once you've done it, then kind of like ask yourself, what is the outcome that you can provide to people? Then create a lot of content around the outcome that you can deliver for people, that automatically, by getting someone to their desired state, you remove them from current state, which is basically just fixing their problems, right? And then offer your help, build cases, and then basically just like climb that ladder. I wish you all the best, man. It's a good question. Very hard to answer, but I hope that this sparks some thoughts, kind of. Hey, Max, good to see you. Hey, Fred, I've got a guy on a small package, which I'm confident I'll upsell. Nice. But I'm going on holiday in a few days, and I won't really have the time to properly onboard him and fulfill for about 2 weeks. And every time I take a break from work, especially holidays, I feel like I'm losing potential deals and momentum. So would love to hear your thoughts on taking time off and how to still keep momentum. Good question, Max. The hardest part about business, right, is that you're your own boss in a good way and in a bad way, right? This means that you set your own hours, but it also means that when you're taking time off, nobody is really doing the work for you, especially when you run a business like you and I's, Max, where people's success are heavily depending on you and I's effort, right? So I think the major thing here, Max, is that it's completely okay to take time off. You should just tell your client before you onboarded him that like, hey, I know we're kicking things off now, but we'll do the official start date in 2 weeks from now because I will be taking some time off. In the meantime, here are some exercises or some things that I would like you to do. And then we'll just kick it off officially on the 14th of July, and then X amount of months into the future. So you still secure the payment, but you also set realistic expectations with your client, and then you enjoy your vacation because you don't feel bad about not delivering for this client, right? So that was the one client example that you mentioned. And then there's, of course, overall the feeling of always losing out. I think it's important to take time off. I think a 2-week holiday in your case, Max, might be a little extensive, right? I think you usually don't need 2 weeks off. Then you're probably in the wrong business, I would say. 3 to 4 days completely off should be more than enough for you to reset, and then do that multiple times per year instead of taking one big 2-week. And that's just my personal opinion. Maybe you're going with your family or whatever, but and then of course you should enjoy the 2 weeks, Max, don't get me wrong. But you'll realize that after 3 to 4 days, you will usually itch to get back to work, and then maybe maximum a week. But again, Max, you do you, right? So I think the most important thing, Max, about vacation is that you actually accept and enjoy the vacation instead of yoinking yourself inside of the head that you're not working. And how do you do that? Well, before you go on vacation, you basically plan in advance. So if you want any YouTube video scheduled, content scheduled, maybe you want to hire someone to stand in and manage your clients. Maybe you have a good friend that is an agency owner, Max, who could take a few hours out of their day to check in with your clients and make sure that they're good if you don't want to do any work whatsoever. So I think plan in advance that you're going on holiday. That usually makes you feel better. And then just accept for, Max, that in your case, July will probably not be a record month, right? Because you're on vacation, bro. So I think just set realistic expectations. That's the main thing. And yeah, I think I always ask myself, for example, in a few years, would I regret working during this holiday? And I probably would, right? If I'm on vacation with my family, my grandparents, let's say that my grandparents won't be around in the next, let's say in 10 years from now, would I then look back and then see myself working the entire family vacation so that I could scale my business like 1% faster? Like, I don't think that's worth it. So yeah, Max, plan in advance and really just like accept you're taking time off and then enjoy it, man. Best of luck, Max. Hey, Coach Fred. Hey, Mark. I'm starting to upload a lot of value and content. Should I just focus on it or should I do DMs as well? By the way, a little bit of context. I'm a health coach, about to hit 300 followers soon. Congrats. In just 3 weeks of starting uploading valuable content for my target audience. That's pretty good. Also, one other thing, do you suggest running ads or should I hit 1K before deciding to run one? So, bro, in terms of ads, your following doesn't matter. You could have 300 followers or you could have 300,000 followers. Followers never matters when it comes to ads. The only thing that matters is the right people inside of your audience, and if you have extra cash to invest into your business, which you probably should have. I assume, Mark, that you have some clients. So if I were you, bro, I would start running ads as soon as possible to get predictable traffic into your business. If you have some cash reserves, I would set aside a budget that you would be comfortable with spending for the next 4 months. So let's say if you were comfortable with spending $2,000 for the next 4 months, then I would be spending $500 per month. Usually the sales cycle is a bit longer when we talk coaching and info. So that's just something that you should notice. Then continue with uploading content and testing a lot of stuff. Ideally, you should just be uploading daily just to get as much volume and stuff out there in the market that you can get feedback on. What do people like to watch? What do people don't like to watch? So because organic content is free, and usually when starting out, you have a lot of free time because you're not packed with clients. So you might as well use that time on acquiring new clients. And yes, Mark, you should definitely use your DMs. Chatting one-on-one with people, your potential clients that are there because they enjoyed your content, are the best possible buyers. So spend the majority of your time voice noting people in the DMs and building a relationship, because typically, bro, the more time you spend with each and individual lead, the faster you can convert them because they spend more time with you, and then you bridge the gap of trust because you help them throughout in the DMs, and then you can pitch them on for a sales call or just sell them right away in the DMs. So definitely start an ad, bro. Set a budget that you'll be comfortable spending for 4 months and then divide it. Then reach out to all existing followers and all new followers you get to start a conversation to hear why they're following along. What are they interested in learning more about? What current problems do they have? And can you help them out? And then post daily stories as well. Stories are incredibly good at nurturing people, and your most engaged viewers and followers will get your stories prioritized. So it's a self-fulfilling loop, which is very nice. Denmark, just raise prices over time. Be good at finding the right time frame for your offer. Be good at having high ticket and medium ticket, and ascend people between the two. Focus on serving your clients amazingly so that they stick around, and then you're on track, bro, for a 10 to 20k per month business. I'm pretty sure. I've worked with a lot of health coaches, and yeah, it's an amazing niche and heavily popular. And if you have something to talk about and you have a good resume, then I don't see any reason to why it shouldn't work for you, man. So I wish you the best of luck. Then it's time for business stats. So yeah, I traveled the whole day yesterday, which meant that I actually missed a daily update, which was horrible. But I traveled from 6 a.m. until 2:30 a.m. So I basically traveled for 20 hours because I flew back to Dubai, and I live in the other side of Denmark of the airport. So I have to take a 4-hour train, wait 4 hours at the airport, fly 7 hours, and then cab and luggage. And it was a long day, and I didn't have a single minute to record. Which is maybe a bad excuse, but it's probably a bad excuse, but you get the point. It's time for business stats, so I fill this sheet out every single day. So you can see that I just filled out the 29th with just like all the same stats, so we just have to keep that in mind moving forward. So my daily updates has 290 subs. My main YouTube channel is currently at 6394. Let us put it in here. 6394. My Instagram is currently at 2901. Daily updates is at 290. And for revenue and cash, you can actually see that I got a payment today for 2,617, and we have to calculate that. I know today is the 1st of July, and I usually track backwards, but this was a setup fee from an agency client where he couldn't pay the entire thing in one go because of credit card limits. So we need to calculate this for June because this is a June payment. So I'll just put it in, yesterday, sort of for the 30th of June. And out of the 26, how much is it? Let's see, 2617. We'll take after WAP fees like we always do, 2577. And we divide it by 3, right? Because I run my marketing agency with my 2 partners. 859. All right. And no cost yesterday. So there we have it. That means we wrap up the month of June. I'll let you know here how much money we made in June. June ends up off at 43,800, and in revenue, let me see, 64,538. Nice. See how many costs? 2.4k in costs. So this means that the profit this month is actually way above 85, which is not good. I need to start spending more money inside of the business. But yeah, that's it for the business stats. Today I obviously landed extremely late, so I just woke up, then I answered all clients, then I had client calls from 12 until 7, then I had dinner, and then I went for a walk, and now I've just done some work, and now I record the daily updates. I'll try to do these videos earlier in the day because I'm also 2 hours ahead now. Ahead of who? Well, Denmark and the majority of my clients who are in Central European time. But yeah, that is it for the daily update. I hope you enjoyed it. July here is going to be an exciting month. I'm basically just going to be building my program and my wait list. I'm going to get back on YouTube. A lot of stuff happening in the agency as well. So I'm excited to bring you along. June was more a take time off month. I was back home in Denmark where I just spend time with family. So now I'm really back on track. I'm just gonna be in this apartment here in Dubai for the next 2.5 months. So I'm gonna get a lot of work done, which I'm very excited about, and a lot of new things. So the daily updates will start to be a little bit more interesting now that I actually do more than just client work. I know that client work isn't the most exciting thing to talk about in the world, right? Because I'm just serving my clients, but I'll try my best, and also not really try my best, but it's business development time now again. I've had a month of maintenance, and now it's development for the next 2 months. and then 1st of September we hit the button, and then we scale, because then we have actually room for scaling, you know. So yeah, I really appreciate you watching this video. Make sure to comment your question if you have anything, then I'm happy to help. And yeah, just have an amazing week.